Hey, what's up, car shipping rock stars? It's your girl Ashley from ReloGeek.com. And on today's video, I wanted to talk about what can go wrong as a broker. The other day, I got asked this question by somebody who wanted to know, hey, I'm interested in becoming a broker, but what are things that can go wrong? What am I legally liable for? Like, what are the big issues that brokers face in this industry? So when I went to answer the question, immediately I told them that if they join Relo Academy, I actually have a section titled Understanding What Can Go Wrong. And in that section, I talk about three main things that I believe that is, like, from my experience, the biggest things that go wrong as a broker in this industry. So in this video, I'm going to cover the three things. I'm not going to go into detail about those things. If you want to know more about them, you can join Relo Academy by going to reloacademy.com. And no matter which package you purchase, access to this information is available. So, understanding what can go wrong. The number one thing in this industry, the biggest thing that I feel that, from my experience, goes wrong is transit delays. Now, no matter how hard you try as a broker, you can never predict what's going to happen on the road. Every day there's accidents, flat tires, things like that. So, when it comes to transit delays, it's one of those things that you can't prevent. It's one of those things that when it happens, you just got to know how to handle it. And that's something that, again, I go into detail about in my course. Now, the other issue that a lot of brokers face is damages. This is a big one. The thing is, if a carrier damages a vehicle, legally, if you have the right contract in place, it is not your fault. However, clients will tend to think that. So your job as a broker really is to just be an intermediary between the two people. So if something goes wrong, you're supposed to, manage the relationship between the client and the carrier. Now, there's good brokers and there's bad brokers. There's good brokers that do that, and there are some brokers that just doesn't care, like they don't care. What you choose to be, that's your option. However, if you want to be a good broker and you want to make sure that this person, despite what went wrong, will still go on to recommend you to other people, then you're going to want to make sure that you become that intermediary. And one of the ways in which you can do this is by becoming an additional insured on a carrier's insurance. Now, additional insured does not mean that you take responsibility for incidents or anything like that. Put shortly, it just means that you're allowed to call the insurance company on the carrier's behalf and find out information about the claim. If you're not added as an additional insured, you're not capable of doing those things. Again, in my course, I not only give you the fax letter that you can send to the insurance company to have them add you on, but I also explain that process in a little bit more in depth. The third thing that I list in the course that can go wrong as a broker is a carrier no-show. Now, along with damages, this is another big one. Generally speaking, carrier no-show is usually because you probably put a vehicle on the board that was extremely underpriced. What happens is, as a carrier, they're going to try to find vehicles that are going to fill their trailer, obviously, but also at a great price. Sometimes what carriers will do is take a vehicle, even though it's paying a little bit, and then they revisit the board and find, okay, that vehicle is paying $450. This vehicle here now, just recently listed, is paying $650. They'll just pick up the $650 vehicle, and sometimes carriers won't even give you that courtesy call. Again, this wasn't a big issue that I faced. In fact, I've never faced that issue because my vehicles were always priced right. So some of these issues, they are, in my opinion, avoidable as a broker, whereas other parts of these issues you're not able to avoid them, like transit delays. You can't predict what's going to happen on the highway. Everything that I've listed above, how you handle it is the difference between making yourself a good broker and a bad broker. Other than that, like, if you do good and you handle it and you consider the customer and you take the proper steps, you communicate, and you make sure that you have the customer's best interest at heart while also maintaining your position as a broker, then you should always come out on top in any of these situations. So I hope that helps answer your question about what can possibly go wrong from the broker side of things. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos just like it. If you're interested in learning more about this topic and other things, then you might want to check out my course over at reloacademy.com, where I go into detail about how to start and run your auto transport broker business. I'm Ashley from ReloGeek.com. Thank you guys for watching. Now get out there and make moves happen. I'll see you guys in the next video.